Fran, I wanted to give you an opportunity. Last week we had some discussions about last meals. We do that often here, and you revealed something that was controversial. And I would say I saw you get a lot of flack. I'm sure you saw yourself get a lot of love. I think people, see what they want to see. You revealed to people that you eat your chicken with ketchup, just like a pile of it on the side or something like that, and you dip the chicken meat in the. Sorry, got a little gaggy there. You dip the chicken meat into the ketchup, and that's how you eat your chicken. And I wanted to give you the floor. I know you often say things about me, but I'm sure that you would say me and the people that said those things probably eat bullshit, that things that you disagree with. And so I wanted to give you you can use me as a target to get your shit off and defend any of your food takes, the fish with mustard, chicken with ketchup. So I wanted to give you an opportunity to kind of defend yourself on your take about chicken with ketchup.
Yeah, what's wrong with it? I don't understand.
No, I don't know.
What do I have to defend is what I'm asking.
Well, then don't use that word then. I just wanted to, I thought maybe you wanted to clap back. I didn't know if you wanted to.
No, I mean, home cooked fried chicken I eat with ketchup. Popeyes, KFC, I don't eat that with ketchup because it doesn't. I like the.
I would have thought it would have been reversed.
No, home cooked fried chicken.
Home cooked, juicy, delicious, flavorful chicken. You mask that with ketchup.
I eat with ketchup.
And then the chicken Popeyes, from fast food.
I don't eat ketchup with that. Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that one?
I don't. I can't. I just don't. I feel like
you want to really taste those flavors.
Yeah.
At the Popeyes and the KFCs and the Bojangles of the world.
Yeah, I don't eat Bojangles, but yeah.
Okay. But at a home crispy, juicy chicken, you want to dip that in some ketchup.
Yeah, man. Dipping it right in ketchup.
Okay. And okay. Well, I mean, listen, if you don't feel the need to defend or come back at people, then I will respect that.
Yeah. Wait, so what? But I mean, like, I don't understand what the big deal is.
It's not a big deal. It just is. It's odd.
No, it is a big deal when you make it. When you try to pick up on something and then like kind of make me seem like I'm like, look. Before I moved with my dad,
okay,
I was in the hood, man. We ain't have much.
That's fine,
right? So
we all had fried chicken, though. I'm just saying.
And they're like, okay, what if you had no sides? You're like, okay, use some ketchup
as the side.
Yeah,
no, I thought that was like a flavor addition. Hot sauce, I'm on board.
I use hot sauce too.
Yeah, hot sauce. But I'm saying the chicken is flavorful. You eat the chicken.
Yeah,
that was my only take. And it just is a weird to me. And to some others.
Well, you bougie though. See, and some of these other listeners are bougie, just like you. And y'all try to seem like y'all this high class, these high class type of people that
See, this is what I was looking for.
Fine dining and all this other stuff, man. Look,
whose voice was that?
Y'all. That's how y'all sound to me. I like my fried chicken with ketchup or hot sauce.
Hot sauce is fine,
right?
Hillary Clinton loves hot sauce. She has it in her bag.
Sure, and it's delicious to me.
Okay.
But I don't understand why y'all get up on like y'all on this high pedestal.
It's not a high pedestal.
When y'all come in here and then you kind of leech on to Alvin because he's so bougie. So they try to be like, Team Alvin.
Okay, well, listen. I'm never trying to disrespect your flavor palette or any of those things.
But you do though.
No, I'm just saying sometimes it catches me off guard. Sometimes you just casually
don't patronize me, man.
No, I'm just
you are. Don't do that.
Hey man,
don't do that.
Hey man, get your finger out of my face.
Don't you do that.
Hey man,
don't you?
Hey, let me tell you something.
This podcast will be over. Don't you dare.
Hey, let me tell you something. If you fucking mush the side of my face with that finger, it's gonna be some furniture moving in here.
Don't you dare.
Okay, I might like a scone, but I like a scuffle as well.
Don't you dare.
Okay, so listen, sometimes you say stuff and I go, oh, I've never had that combination of flavors before, and so that.
So you never ate fried chicken with ketchup?
I can't say that I've dipped my chicken in ketchup before. Have I had like a chicken box with the whole the works and salt, pepper, and ketchup and all that and messy? Yes, but when I go, ooh, thanks, Nana, for making me some fried chicken. I love it. And then I go, where's the ketchup to put on the side with the Velveeta macaroni and the string beans? Ketchup is never a thought of mine when I'm eating the chicken.
But it's like I don't.
Now, if you go chicken and fries,
but I don't
chicken and fries.
But I don't use. If I'm at Thanksgiving, for example, and it's a plate full of, like you said, I'm not like I need ketchup also. is sometimes I go like, this may need some ketchup. If I can't just like get it down, like
Get it down.
I mean, like if it's just not full of taste.
Maybe you don't like fried chicken, man.
If it's not,
Maybe you think of that?
if it's not full of taste,
Hey, let's unpack this though, man. Maybe
What?
you don't like fried chicken. Why are you forcing it down?
No, I mean like if I'm eating and I'm going like, this is not like
It doesn't taste good.
Flavorful.
So it could use some ketchup.
Yeah, or it could be
like A1 steak sauce.
Okay.
Like on a bad steak, people will put A1 steak sauce.
What do you mean a bad steak? What are we talking about here, man? What do you mean by that? What do you mean a bad steak? I use A1 on all my steaks. What are you talking about? So you're telling me a top-notch steak don't need A1 sauce? A1 steak sauce.
No, it shouldn't ever need anything on it.
That's new to me, man. That's news. That's breaking news to me.
So I was trying to use an analogy to kind of get on common ground with you about the chicken, and now you're mad at me about the A1 steak sauce, too.
Nah, man. So turkey.
It's not. Don't do that.
What?
Don't fucking do that.
What?
Because I already know what you're about to do. And it's
No. Listen, let me finish. Turkey. Do you like turkey? I'm not a fan of turkey.
I'm okay with turkey.
So do you eat turkey by itself?
No, you put gravy on it.
Gravy.
Yeah. What?
Nah, I don't.
What were you about to say?
Ketchup.
Oh, come on, man. No, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. This podcast is over. This is done. This is absolutely done. No. It's time for the show.
Yeah, obvious, we got a problem here. And it's more than just Alvin streaming Punisher. When life begins to suck, who's reporting it? Luckily, you got two friends who you won't forget. Coming live, Alvin and friend on survival. Laughing non-stop, case drops on a cycle. Louder than intrusive thoughts off an iPhone. How they make the world seem bright with the lights off? AFs, it might as well stay up. Lies being told like that dinosaur BS. Magnifying glass to the ground if they don't see us. Having a time, roasting your favorite pizza. Bougie ain't an option, it's the wage. Make it to the grave, add moving to the place. You already know when they take the case. Laugh the pain away, it's affirmative murder.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Affirmative Murder, the equal opportunity true crime comedy podcast. I am Alvin Williams, joined as always by my partner in true crime, Francel Evans.
Oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
Yeah, man, I'm the mailman. Can't you tell, man? Gonna post to it.
Hey guys, so back to what I was saying.
No, you're not.
That's what I was saying.
You're not rolling that into this. You leave that in the past.
I'm not finished. Now, I don't eat turkey. I'm not a fan of turkey like that. I'm not a fan of gravy either, being quite honest with you.
Okay.
Mashed potatoes, I don't need gravy.
You just eat them straight up?
Yeah.
Continue, man. I'm not.
Mashed potatoes.
Do your thing.
And then you have some turkey. Turkey is dry.
I'll throw up right now if you say you eat ketchup, mashed potatoes, and turkey.
No, I don't do that.
Okay. All right.
No. But the ketchup is for the turkey. For sure.
Just for clarification, are you saying that like on Thanksgiving you might have the ketchup out for the turkey?
I mean, if it's like dry, I go like, I need assistance to get this down.
Why are you getting food down? Stop getting food down. I want you to enjoy food. Come over to this side. I know you say it bougie, but I want you should be getting your food down.
What do you mean I gotta eat it?
But you should be enjoying it.
But if it's dry, I go like, I can't eat this like by itself.
Don't eat it.
I need some moist.
And ketchup
to get it all around.
Oh,
and
you
gotta
come on, man. You sound like Joey Chestnuts, man. You can't be living your life eating food like a hot dog eating contest.
I'm not eating hot dogs and
chugging water
behind it,
swashing it around your mouth all together. God, that's insane, man. Anyway, listen, I wanted to let you know that sometimes trying to live on the edge, not the edge, but just being a bold with your food can backfire. This past weekend, I went on a little beach trip with my lady, and I got scallops.
Ooh, okay. With you who?
We can, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That works.
That's fine. That's fine. Tap it away. We'll move on. But I got scallops.
Okay.
Right. Got scallops. Went out. Had a great night.
You had scallops before, though, right?
Oh, I love scallops.
Okay.
I will never eat a scallop again. We went out, had a couple of drinks, danced, whatever, had a good time. Middle of the night, violently ill. Into the next day, violently ill. Hives all of a sudden. Lightheaded, clammy, until like 7 p.m. the next day. I was queasy and sick. I got food poisoning from scallops, and I love scallops. The scallops I ate were delicious. They made me sick. Sometimes you eat shit that, is not baked chicken or salmon or, the stuff, a crab cake, things that you can trust.
Yeah.
I thought I could trust scallops. I was betrayed by them. I'll never eat a scallop again.
Yeah.
So, sometimes it's good. That thing you said about when I go out to a restaurant, I want to order, I spend my money on something. I know it's good. I know it's good. I know it's going to do what I need it to do. And there's something to be said about that.
So what about the trip?
Well, trip was first night was great. Second day, I was in bed and on the toilet.
But did it not ruin completely, but did it ruin part of the overall trip?
It made the trip. It made us want to have a do over because it was only a 2-day trip. We got up early the last day and left. So that third day was not a day.
So it did ruin the trip.
It ruined the trip because we were at a beach place.
It was potential for a nice
all kind of
trip.
fun and for the next day.
It was ruined.
Yes, my boldness of once again, and wow, I just unlocked a memory. Yeah, I just made a connection. I told you about my Rainforest Cafe incident with my dad. Yeah, and me trying to put cheese on chicken. Yeah, and how I got sick from that. And now I couldn't go. And now on a trip, nice trip, I tried to be bold food wise and ruined one of the days of the trip. Yep. So maybe I should start eating like ketchup on turkey, and I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't say that.
But I mean, going so like you guys was away from home. Mm-hmm. I'm out. I already don't. But like me being away from home,
boardwalk fries.
I
chicken tenders.
I stick with the old. Come on now. I'm now. Look. Come on now.
I'm just saying. I'm safe.
Oh, okay.
Beach food. I wasn't saying.
Tenders, man.
Don't
disrespect me like that.
I wasn't disrespecting like that. I was saying boardwalk fries and chicken tenders because like beach food.
Got you.
You're not going to go to Ocean City and get lobster. Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't just get it. I'd have to know this is like Gordon Ramsay's restaurant. Yeah. I wouldn't just be like, Larry's Lobster Shack. Like, let me get a whole lobster out of that place. It's literally a shack. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So you would go and have safe food.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't want
a pretzel stuffed with cheese.
I'm here having a good time. I don't want this to be ruined because I wanted to like try something new.
Yeah. Let me get some boardwalk sushi.
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Not doing that.
But the restaurant we went to was a nice restaurant. It wasn't like a boardwalk. It wasn't on the boardwalk. Yeah. It wasn't like we weren't in flip flops and Tommy Bahama shirts. And I was like, I'll have the scallops and I'll have it with the blowfish. Yeah. It wasn't like that. It was supposed to be.
Just got a bad batch.
Got a bad batch.
That happened to me with Five Guys. I love Five Guys.
You got a bad burger?
And I got sick.
From Five Guys?
Five Guys. And I haven't had a burger since. I won't be having a burger.
So you won't have the grilled cheeseburger?
Nah, I won't be.
I've been tempted. I've been seeing too many viral videos.
I got salad. Nah, I'm good. I'm good on that for a while, man.
Fuck all 5 of those guys.
I'm good on that for a while.
I get it. And that's what happened. I can't even explain to you how much I love scallops, man. Yeah. In a buttery sauce, and they get seared, and it's to me, it's like the steak of the sea. I love it. It's like the way to me. Yeah, man. Like sometimes a bad batch can ruin something for you, even something you love a lot. Like I love scallops. I don't think I'll ever eat a scallop again. So
it'll be a while.
It'll be that part. Yeah. It'll at least, I won't be like doubling back anytime soon. Nah. It'll have to be years, and I have to see a menu, and it's like scallops dipped in the way the description have to be like, damn, those sound good, and they don't make the feeling. It's like trauma. Yeah. So now when I see a scallop, I read scallop on the menu as of today, it'll make my stomach a little turny.
Oh yeah, that's how it was. I used to love Checkers. Mm-hmm. I haven't been to Checkers in like 10 years.
Bad batch.
Yeah. Nope.
Sometimes you come across a bad batch, man.
And I go, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm okay. A big fish, I'm okay. I'm not gonna do a big. I'm not gonna do a big Buford and a big fish combo. Yeah. That's big. That's Checkers, right?
I didn't eat that, but the big Buford. Yeah. Why do you?
Bro, listen. You can call me all the names you want to. I was in the same drive-through right next to you. Like, let me get your thing, and then getting me a Buford on top of that. I was there, bro. I was there.
Why do you remember that, man? That's crazy,
that's my order. You get the 2 for $5. A strawberry soda.
I forgot about that, man.
Yeah,
I forgot about the large strawberry. I haven't been there in so long, man. That's
so big it can't even fit in the cup holder. Just too much strawberry soda. An ungodly amount of strawberry soda, man.
I forgot about that.
And give me the box of the Checkers fries. Yeah. Rallies for other people in other regions. Yeah. And if you don't have either, I'm sorry to you. But yeah, no, I was there, man. I experienced all those things. Yeah, I had many a big Buford in my day. Anyway, folks, we've been mentioning it over the last couple of episodes, but this is the first official episode where Fran and I are trying out a new format. We're really excited to kind of switch things up a bit, and we hope that you guys enjoy it as well. So before we take a quick break, I wanted to give a quick shout out to 2 new Patreon members. Because it's a short list, I'm not going to go through the whole rigmarole, so I'm sorry, but this is more passion. I wanted to go a cappella on this one, Fran. I wanted to give a big shout out to Wendy V. First of all, love Wendy's. While we're talking about rallies and checkers and these, Wendy's, unsung hero of the fast food industry.
Yeah.
Square burgers, the Frosty. Recently, in the last couple of years, Les has convinced me to get on the Frosty Fry train.
Frosty Fry, I have that.
I've done it.
Vanilla, all right?
Or chocolate. I did chocolate.
I didn't do chocolate.
I get it.
Yeah.
It's not something I would do on the regular, but if somebody had a Frosty, it's not nasty.
Yes.
It's not nasty. I saw people, Lizzo, shout out to Lizzo, was trying to convince people there was like the watermelon with mustard thing. And she ate it and was like, it's not that bad. People were putting mustard on Oreos and shit. No, that's crazy. But the chocolate salty, I get it. It's almost like a chocolate covered pretzel. I get the concept of it. It's not something I'm going to run to again, but I enjoyed it when I had it. So shout out to Wendy. I don't know if all the Wendy's in the world all kind of rock and bang for the Wendy's franchise, but if you do, that's a shout out to you and your sisterhood of Wendy's. And then lastly, we got a shout out to Lana P. Shout out to Lana P. From a distance, looks like she's got a great smile. All of her teeth look white, Fran, if you can attest to that. Very small picture, but they look pretty pearly to me. So good job and kudos to you. I don't know if you use some kind of fluoride rinse or something like that, but if you do, keep it up. Yeah, good job. Teeth. Yeah, good compliments to her dentist. Compliments to the chef, and all that around. Maybe not the chef. Maybe she doesn't eat anything that's like messy or dirty, like coffee stains your teeth. Yeah. So shout out to Lana. Keep it up with those teeth. Keep doing your thing, working on them teeth. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we are gonna get into some fucked up shit. So stick around. Affirmative Murder is brought to you by ZocDoc. You're extremely unlikely to find quality medical advice in your group chat or any random TikTok rabbit hole you happen to stumble down. But you can find it from a doctor on ZocDoc. ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient-reviewed, take your insurance, are available when you need them, and treat almost every condition under the sun. That's right, folks, you heard me. No more doctor roulette or scouring the internet for questionable reviews. With ZocDoc, you have a trusted guide to connect you to your favorite doctor you haven't met yet. Just go to ZocDoc.com/AMP and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc, ZocDoc.com/AMP. Put that all together, that's ZocDoc.com/AMP. All right, and we are back. Fran and I this week are going to tell you the story of one Richard Babyface James White. So the early 90s were a wild time for the city of New York. It was still in crisis from the crack epidemic, like me and Fran were talking about, and skyrocketing violence. And then on top of that, there was the terror attack at the World Trade Center that killed 6 people instantly. There was a bombing on like the 1st floor or the 5th floor, which again, I don't know. I never did full research onto why the World Trade Center. I guess they trade in money. It's like a lot of like. Is that what it's called? I believe so. Like I always am like, why was it a target of a terrorist attack twice? Like what is so special about that building? Yeah. I never really learned what they do in there, but it must be something if it was attacked twice. Anyway, so as if tensions weren't high enough in the city, a string of off-duty undercover police killings had left the NYPD dumbstruck and on high alert. So they were just like police officers coming out of convenience stores, getting gunned down. Yeah. And for whatever reasons, obviously we'll never be able to prove those, but there's a lot of speculation that, like we talked about, the crack epidemic made a lot of millionaires. Millionaires need protection from the police. Then you got a lot of police who are like, I'll make sure, I'll give you some tips. Maybe I'll take your drugs from here to there. I'll do some work for you. And now you can wear that badge all you want to, but you're involved in gang activity. Oh, for sure. You're involved in drug and gang activity, and a rival drug and gang member can go, that cop's on the payroll. Yeah, he locks us up. He locks us up so his guy that pays him can keep selling drugs. Right. So get him out of here. Yeah. and that's speculation, obviously, but that is also kind of proven.
Dangerous lifestyle.
Very dangerous lifestyle.
Yeah.
With the gun trace task force here in Baltimore. I mean, it was, I know that's kind of, I bring that up a lot, but I bring it up a lot because people, if you don't know about it, you need to look into it. It's insane. Once you get a taste of that kind of money, that's the thing about that fast life of the streets.
Yeah. Have you seen that type of money come in like that?
Bro, you know how long it takes me to save, how long it would take me to save $20,000?
Yeah.
When you could, in theory, if you don't give a fuck about going to prison until it happens, you just go, oh, if I do boom, 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 I'll have $20,000 by Friday in cash right here in my hand.
Yeah.
Once you get a taste of that, I can see how it could be hard to turn away from that.
Yeah.
Especially if you let go. I'm a bitch. So if you're able to let go of the prison and all that shit, dying, if you're able to let go of that, it's like, no, fast money.
Yeah.
It's tempting. Especially when you think I'm still a good guy. I still protect and serve. I just do a little thing on the side. They're going to do it anyway.
Well, if you're getting away with it,
Exactly.
If it's like you do it a handful of times, you're like,
it's whatever. It's a little extra. It's bonus money.
50 grand a month.
Yeah, it's a little extra money, whatever. I still go. I still go. And if a guy's beating a woman, I go in there, I lock him up. I'm a good guy. That's the dangerous part about those corrupt cops, because they will never understand that they're bad.
Yeah.
Because in their mind, any kind of thing that they're doing on the side is justification, because they go out and risk their life every day. And all that's true.
Yeah. They
go out and they try to help people, and when there's gunfire, they run towards it and all that shit. So if I go and I take this guy's pills and I bring them to this guy and they give me an envelope of money, so what?
Yeah.
Somebody's going to do it. Why not let it be me? Because I deserve it.
It's like this high level type of gang initiation type of thing, where it's like they don't have to, get jumped in and stuff like that. I have a badge. So it's like they kind of let we kind of let you slide.
Yeah.
Ain't no getting on this, but you're a part of this. We shook hands on this kind of in a way.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like you might have some kind of plausible deniability, possibly, but if this goes to court, I'm saying you're a dirty cop who did this for me. I'm going to try to get you in trouble. You can try to use the police union and the police lawyers to say he's a liar. Why are you going to believe a felon or whatever? But you did this crime with me, and I will say your name.
Yeah. And
that might not be so easy. So it's not like you can just go, oh, I just did it a couple times. It's not that big of a deal. No, you're in. You're in for a penny, in for a pound. So you do a run for me one time as a cop, I'm gonna remember that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make little jokes like, hey,
if it's benefiting me, I'm coming back. I'm asking you to do something else with me.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm like, man, that went off without a hitch.
Yeah.
I need some. And then if you go, nah, man, that was one time, I go, okay, well, I gave you 5. How about 10? Money talks.
Yeah. Yep.
So, in a city gripped by fear, a young man stood in the lane all by himself for his short temper, childlike face, and itchy trigger finger. Richard Babyface James White was a 19-year-old kid from Flatbush, Brooklyn. And after his brother Glester was gunned down in 1991, Babyface, who earned the nickname for looking like a 12 or 13-year-old boy and standing just 5'5", went on a deadly revenge tour.
He looks like
you, kind of.
He looks like Sean Puffy Combs.
A shade lighter, but it's like that baby face.
Like Sean Puffy.
Yeah. He looks like a young guy. He looks like he's got that Pharrell disease. Yeah. Well, not disease. Pharrell doesn't have a disease, but Pharrell's 50 or something, and he looks 22.
That's just great genetics.
It is. I think he's Filipino and black.
Is he?
So it merged in this way, the youthfulness, the glow.
Yeah.
Just even Babyface, the singer. He's 60 years old and looks 37. Yeah. Which is still crazy. 37 might not look young, but when you're 60, that's great.
Yeah, man. But 5'5",
and you look 12 or 13, no mustache,
slim build. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
you walk around look like a 17-year-old.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's deceptive.
Yeah.
You're 19 and you look 12. That's unassuming.
Oh yeah,
people might not even look your way.
Right.
Yeah,
you're not aware of what this guy's capable of.
Exactly. It's like that. It's like Orphan.
Yeah.
Remember Orphan?
Yeah.
The movie?
Yeah.
That one was crazy. When she tried to have sex with the dad, I was like, all right, this is kind of going too far. I know it's a movie and everything, but that's weird.
Yeah. But were you into it though?
What?
I mean, into the movie. Were you
It was a great movie. Man. Yeah, it was a great movie, man. Yeah, it was a great movie. So what are you asking me, man? These are on. These microphones are on, right? So you just try to Chris Hansen me? But you liked it? Were you into it?
Yeah.
Why don't you have a seat for me?
Try to get you.
Yeah. Why don't you sit down? So after all the stuff we just discussed, friend, I thought it was kind of ironic that the NYPD was very adamant about how they saw Babyface as younger, since a lot of studies have shown that police and a lot of people in general see black kids as 2-3 times older than they typically are.
Really?
And more of a threat. You know, so they might see a 11-year-old and think he's 17. They might see a 12-year-old think he's 20. And it's just this kind of, and not only that, but also think that they're automatically up to no good. There's no benefit of it. It's like,
That's all black people.
Huh?
I think it's all like black men.
Sure, but like a 12-year-old boy is not a black man. I didn't look like a black man at 12 years old. So the idea that somebody could see me at 12 years old and think, oh, a black male, like go on a microphone, a walkie-talkie and go, black male, 17 to 20. You know, it's just the way. And again, it's all. I guess you could depict it all as anecdotal, but I feel like anecdotal is a word that if you get enough of a collection of data, it's not anecdotal anymore. Like if you can go, I saw a video of a police officer going into a kindergarten and putting a kid in handcuffs. I saw a video of a police officer who was a resource officer at a school, slammed a kid down on the ground. And I saw 40, 50 videos like that. Then it's not just this anecdotal story from Crystal Lake, Florida. I've seen this is the way that they operate against children. And I don't see it happen as often in reverse.
Yeah.
And so I saw a sense of irony in it that they see this 19-year-old kid. Now, obviously, he's 5'5" and has a fresh, clean face. And it's the reverse. They don't see him as an adult. They see him as a kid.
Yeah.
So Babyface was arrested on February 19th, 1991 for a shooting that police believe was in retaliation for the death of his brother a month earlier. Officers alleged that James White shot and tried to kill Kevin Smith, who was also 19 years old. Babyface jumped bail and eluded arrest for years, committing a series of murders along the way.
Can I ask you a question?
Go for it.
Do you believe in karma?
Do I believe in karma?
Yes.
I've had this debate with my grandmother, Grandma Kelly, where and her philosophy on it is hilarious because of the type of person that she is. My grandmother's like ruthless. She says whatever comes to her mind and whatever. And she says, I don't believe in karma or any of that kind of stuff because if it was real, it would have happened to me.
That's true.
And she goes, a lot of times when you think about it, you can manifest it in a way that anything that could happen to you that's an inconvenience, you write it off as karma. So it's almost like by feeding into karma, you make it real because you might just get a flat tire because you ran over a nail. But if you did something that you feel guilty about and then you get a flat tire, it's like karma.
Yeah.
So I kind of ride the fence on it. I live my life by karmic rules. I don't fuck over people if I can help it, obviously.
Yeah, right.
I never fuck over people on purpose because I just want my karma to be good.
Yeah.
But I also subscribe to sometimes you can see something can happen to you and it just was a thing that was going to happen to you.
Yeah,
and if you feed too much into karma and the universe and stuff, you're going to put the karma on that thing when it just is like, that's just something that was going to happen.
I get that. So what about revenge?
Do I believe in revenge?
No, I mean, like, are you pro revenge?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I mean,
Depends.
we live very different lives, friend. You know, like we not me. I'm saying me, you, and both of us.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
like revenge. Like what? Somebody cuts me off. I'm gonna cut them back off. No, but like somebody kills my brother or kills my cousin.
Yes.
Or if I'm that person, I don't know. You know what I mean?
So do you excuse any? Talking about just strictly revenge, any crime like that? Is this?
Oh, like is it like you should get off for it?
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
Don't matter what it is.
No.
Because there's been stories out there where like fathers go after child
for sure
like that.
That guy that shot he was at the airport when the guy molested his son.
Yeah, and
I'm sure he did 7. They didn't give him life, but they gave him something.
Yeah.
It's like you killed a guy, man. Like I understand that. I understand what you're saying. Your reason for it was, but you can't just kill somebody or beat somebody up because they did this. You know, if the police get involved.
Yeah.
Listen, let's say I have a sister, but let's say you had a sister. Mm-hmm. She has a boyfriend. Boyfriend puts his hands on her.
Yeah.
And you go fuck him up. That's revenge. That's a correction. We handled it in house. But if that guy goes and calls the police and presses charges against you, you beat him up.
Yeah.
Now, if you can convince your sister to leave him and press charges against him, if you want to try to make it all balanced legally, that's a different conversation. But him hitting your sister and then you going and beating the shit out of that person, whatever comes from the if he goes to be a bitch and not just accept his spanking of you don't put your hands on women, if he goes and presses charges against you, you can't tell the judge, well, he hit my sister, so I broke his jaw.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, you owe him restitution and you're going to go do 90 days in prison. So you know what I mean? Like, it depends. If we're talking about under the umbrella of law, no, there's no such thing as revenge. But if you can get away, if somebody wrongs your family, kills your XYZ, your cousin, your whatever, and then you are that kind of person,
Street revenge,
and you can do it and you can get away with it, then yeah, you got revenge.
Yeah.
But when the police come knocking, they're not trying to hear anything about, well, he shot my cousin, so I got him back. You're going to prison.
Like you said, when law gets involved, I think it's not much you can do. You can't say like, hey man, this person did this, so my reaction to that was this.
Yeah.
Like you said, they're not going to want to hear that. But I mean, like if somebody goes that far for revenge, I think they already came to peace with that. Like whatever comes with this, I think that's
also a different conversation.
Yeah.
Because that's saying I accept whatever comes with this, like you said. Not I don't think I should be in trouble.
Yeah.
I should just be allowed to do this.
Yeah.
That's different. That's almost, not even almost, that's way more powerful.
Yeah.
To be like, hey man, they wronged me and I can't even exist in this world until I get my get back.
Yeah.
I can't let this sit on, and then if that's life in prison, if that's whatever, if they kill me, whatever it is, then it is what it is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's something I respect in that for sure. But the idea that I could see somebody going to get revenge, you shot my homeboy in a drive-by with rival gang members, and I go back and get revenge, and then you're crying in court about when you get your life sentence?
Yeah.
Because you don't think you should get it? It's like, no, you killed somebody and you got caught.
Yeah, I think at that point they already know, like, I can live with, because I think some people can't, if something happens to like a family, whatever it is,
Can't let it go.
They can't let that go. They can't go on and live their life like regularly when like it's like I need to do something about this.
That's selfish though. For example, I mean, somebody being killed, that's different. But like, let's say, example, the guy that killed that guy. That guy kidnapped his son and molested his son, I believe was something. And I can't remember his name, but people know the story. He was at the payphones and he turned around as like in a disguise. That was selfish because you could not let go of the thought of what happened to your son, but your son could have used your guidance, an ear, therapy, things that are about him. Mm-hmm. That was about the dad. The dad's pride, the dad's anger is like, you did this to my son.
I don't fully agree with that, only because you don't have kids.
That's true.
So I don't fully
That's true.
agree with, some of that is true, but
the sum of it, do you hear the sum of it of what I'm saying?
But it's like, you created that person, bro. And it's like, you're not gonna let anybody get away with whatever with your child.
Sure.
And you can say it's selfish because
now you're going to prison for the rest of your life.
Your child will probably rather you be here than to be in prison or whatever. But for him, I don't think it had anything with an ego.
He would have never been able to go to sleep.
No.
Or look at his kid.
No.
Okay. Yeah, that's where the translation is lost, because I don't have to look at a kid and go, what if I disappointed them? Or if in my mind.
Yeah.
Because it's all about, again, that's why I say ego though. Because it's like, if you don't know for a fact that your kid is thinking, you disappointed me, you weren't there for me, that's your mind.
Yeah. And
you can't ever look at your kid the same, because you always think, I let that happen to them.
Right.
I can't believe I wasn't there for them. But if that's you.
Ego is a guy taking my girlfriend and, having sex with her and like blowing it, putting it in my face and
sure.
That's ego. That's when you go, hey, no, fuck, no, hell no.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's different.
I get it.
I think it's just different when it's like when you say ego.
It's primal. It's your seed. It's the animal in us.
Yeah,
I get that, and I'll concede that, because again, I don't have kids.
But Mr. James White, kind of most of what he did was the reason why we got started on that whole conversation was revenge. It was he felt like
somebody killed my brother,
and whoever.
I heard this guy was involved.
Responsible for this. Mm-hmm. I'm coming after.
But it spiraled.
Yeah,
and it turned, and then it got so far from it. Now he just was in. Now he just is like, he just loved it.
It's like, all right, man, you can't keep using that. You can't keep using that excuse beyond.
This guy didn't do anything to your brother. It got way out of hand. You can't keep falling back on that. See, it's like a guy that's like, oh man, I I keep doing all these women wrong because I was in a relationship. It's like, that relationship was 10 years ago.
Yeah, man. It's like
You can't just keep saying that, man. You can't do that.
no, you're a sick individual.
You're a sick guy. Like, nah, a guy killed my brother, so now I kill everybody.
Yeah, man.
You know, so that's the logic that he followed.
Yeah.
And Babyface put real fear in the NYPD.
Yeah.
And they told their officers to not get close when they spotted him because he was quick to draw his weapons and would get in a shootout in broad daylight at the drop of a hat.
That's a dangerous
Very dangerous.
individual.
And he looks like
A child.
Taj Mowry. He looks like the smart guy.
Yeah.
So that's crazy that Taj Mowry pulling the hammer out on 31st and Lennox or whatever and just fucking dumping the gun.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So they had to really put out a PSA because they couldn't find him. He blended in well in Flatbush. He looked like a kid. So when he killed Kevin Smith and he jumped bail, he didn't like leave the country. He just left the police station.
Yeah.
He just went back to Flatbush. So Babyface also had a growing mythology in the streets of New York as well. There were rumors, likely spread by him, that his ability to evade police captivity while also terrorizing his neighborhood came from him going to Jamaica and shipping his clothes over there, and he would give them to an Obi practitioner in order to receive magic. And an Obi is Caribbean sorcery, like island magic. Basically, the rumor was he paid a sorcerer to make him invisible to his enemies, and he believed that, and that's what allowed him to. It's the same thing as karma.
Yeah.
If you believe in it, if you believe you're invisible, you might be a little quicker to pull the gun out because like you can't even see me. It's like John Cena.
Right. But if it's so weird I think that goes with anything. If you go, I'm the fastest person in the world, and you keep winning races.
Yeah, it's like how can it be disproved?
If shit keep going your way with anything, you go like,
I am.
What? I really am invisible. Nobody can see me. I've never been shot at. I
shoot this gun at 1 p.m. in Times Square at people, and nobody arrests me. I'm invisible.
Yeah.
You're right.
Like you can't
tell me I'm not.
Disprove this. Right.
Tell me wrong. You're like, listen, bro, Babyface, you're not invisible. He's like, I'm not. Watch this. Bah, 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 bah. He just starts shooting people. They're like, what are you doing, man? It's like, well, I don't hear any sirens.
Right.
Nobody's doing anything.
Yeah.
I'm invisible, man. So with his newfound belief, he would get into shootouts with the police and get hit with no bullets.
Yeah.
He was in multiple shootouts with police.
Yeah.
And other people as well, which we'll get into. But this guy. This story is kind of a modern day. That's why I just hope that I would love a day where everything about cinema, as far as in the black lens, we get the ability to be more free. Like I'm seeing it, like that show Swarm and a lot of Jordan Peele stuff and a lot of Donald Glover stuff, because this is like Bonnie and Clyde. It's like the Billy the Kid. He's like a cowboy.
Yeah.
But instead it would be under the lens of like a Boys in the Hood. I'm not saying glorify him, but I'm like, this is an interesting story.
Like the time that this was going on, it's like, it's not, social media is not a thing. So it's like,
so people were believing a lot of the myths.
Believing and like seeing this guy walk up and down the street and go like, is that this person?
Him? Yeah.
But it's like, is it?
You don't know.
You just don't know because it's not being blasted all over the news or whatever.
He's like, no, I'm Taj Mowry.
Yeah.
he's like, I'm Emmanuel Lewis.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
It's like,
but it's
it's Babyface James White. Yeah. No, I'm Gary Coleman.
Just make it up. But I mean, like, it's not being blasted, so he can kind of like still walk around and it's still being pieced together. Like, who is this person? And like, they just not sure who this guy is yet, but they know his name and shit like that. And he's been caught, but it's just like,
yeah,
it's
like
not
Chupacabra.
It's not hot. It's just not. It's not a lot of attention right now.
Yeah.
So he can walk around invisible.
He is on the run, quote.
Yeah.
But he did not leave the city, let alone the state. Right. He did not leave the city of New York and evaded police for multiple years while not hiding in a basement.
Yeah.
Going out and busting his gun still.
Yeah. He's like walking around with like his book bag with like high school kids.
Oh, he leans into it. He always keeps a bag in it, like a shirt with like a lion and a rainbow on it. Like he can just he's like, oh shit, they're on me.
Yeah.
It's like Hitman, like that game Hitman.
Yeah.
But he always puts on like backwards overalls, like he's crisscross.
Yeah, trying to blend in.
Yeah, he's like, oh no, I'm 12. Yeah. I think he went that way, officer. He's making his R's are like soft. I'm afraid. Grown ass man. Wait, I think he went that way, officers. Got him again. Fools.
Yeah.
He turns his hat back around to the front. He's got one of those hats with the spinny propeller on it.
That's great. That's
Then when the police leave,
colorful.
yeah. So he became a gang member of a neighborhood gang that specialized in robbery and drug dealing in Prospect Park.
Now pause on that real quick, because what I'm about to say, you probably go, "What? That doesn't sound like it's not normal."
Mm-hmm.
Now, we've heard gangs going, they do this, they do these, robberies. But
Sure.
I've never heard. Maybe it's the wording. I've never heard somebody say specialized in
anything.
In anything.
It's a gang.
It's like what?
It's a gang of criminals.
Like we rob a kid, but like we specialize.
This is what we do really well. The only gang that I know that did that is the gang from Fast and the Furious. They used to steal DVD players. They would steal stuff from trucks.
Yeah.
Now they're fucking superheroes and shit. But originally they were a gang of street racers who stole things, electronics.
Yeah.
So this be like, they're like, we specialize in this.
It just sounds like
It's giving them too much credit.
But it's like, okay, if anybody was like looking for a gang, they're like, I'm good.
I need people that rob 7-Elevens.
Yeah, it was like
we're the best.
I'm a criminal, but I'm good at robbing.
Yeah.
I'm good at stealing guns.
Yeah, these are my attributes.
What gang?
Yeah, what's the best gang?
Yeah, so I get the most money.
Yeah,
like,
get us the Parkside gang. They're really good at stealing purses from
That's
women.
crazy to me, man.
They specialize in it. If they had specialties and skills, they wouldn't be in a gang.
Right.
They'd be a HVAC person or a plumber or something.
Man, they specialize in whatever they do.
How about you specialize in a trade?
Right.
Go to trade school. You don't have any special skills. You're not Liam Neeson. So like I said, he joined this gang that resided in Prospect Park, and this heightened his police interactions because they were committing crimes. And also, this is a very bold move for someone who is literally on the run for murder. But hustle's got to hustle, right? You got to keep money in your pocket, got to sell a little drugs, commit a little grand larceny. Even if you got a body on you, what am I going to not eat? And I got to buy all these disguises?
Yeah.
You think Oshkosh is cheap? It ain't. So, police believe that Babyface was one of 5 people who held up an armored car in Flatbush in April of 1991, attempting to get away with $101,000. The robbery ended in the death of a transit authority worker named Robert Singleton in a blazing shootout. They shot like 25. They found like 25 shell casings at the scene. It was a straight up in the middle of the day, tried to rob an armored truck, shootout. Yeah. And killed one of the drivers.
You ever seen a back of an armored truck before?
Yeah, like you might ride past a bank and it'd be open, but you don't make any jokes like that. I didn't do it, but like I would assume don't go like, what are you guys doing in there? Because they pull, don't touch the truck, step your foot on there, step in it real quick.
Let me tell you, bro. Let me tell you this quick story. So where our office is there's actually 2 armored type of businesses behind us.
Got it. Oh, like where the armored trucks, they sell them or something.
No. I mean like where the money, like
where they take it to.
They take it to.
Got it.
This is probably the only time.
And
I don't know if you had one of these moments, if anybody on the list had one of these moments where like, this might have time I might have would have risked it.
You thought about it?
So the armored truck, I don't know if this guy was new, hit the turn, right? And the back of the thing opened. And from what I saw, they use these big square glass containers clear with money. And it was hanging out. I went, if that thing would have
If it falls out, just go grab it real quick. You can outrun an armored truck. They're definitely slow.
People blowing the horn like, because I mean, like,
so the doors were like flapping around like bad boys,
and the shit is hanging off like it's about like I don't know if it's like it's supposed to be locked, but it's hanging off.
Okay, so it looked like a fucking Michael Bay movie, like it was a highway chase scene.
Yeah, and I'm like, and people blowing the horn like, hey, but I mean, like this could have been like
money all over the side.
But it could have been one person that just went past and went like, oh, this is a lick. This is a lick right now.
A guy like Babyface. He already did half the job for me. Man. The doors unlocked already.
This is gonna be a breeze.
I don't got to put a gun to his head and tell him to unlock the doors.
It's gonna be but there was one time when if it would have fell out and that I don't know, man. But that's the most money I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's a box of money, a giant box of money. What, can you blame me? That's what I would have said when they put the handcuffs on me. You gonna arrest me? Arrest him for being bad at his job.
It's not my fault.
Yeah, this is entrapment. It's like a bait car. We watched that show Bait Car.
Oh yeah.
They're like, ooh, look, our Lamborghini. The
Yeah,
car's
I
unlocked and the
like
keys
that.
are in the
I didn't
ignition.
like that.
That was a show. It's so
You don't do
racist
that,
and
put that in
bullshit.
black
Yeah,
neighborhood.
they put this fucking poor ass neighborhood and like, is that a Maserati?
Come on, man.
And then the doors open and the keys are in the ignition.
But it's one like it's like a old luxury car, but like you know the doors used to have a little thing on the side where it's up.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you can go like, oh that the car is clearly
It's unlocked.
like come on.
There's some
But
people
like,
in a fucking truck like punked, like, yeah, he's in it. Hit the button.
Yeah, but I mean, like, do you blame the criminals because it's like
No, you're desperate, man.
it's that's too easy.
It's come on, bro. I can take this and make a quick little 25. I know where to take it, get a quick little $3,000. I'm hungry.
But I think a veteran go. This is
It's too easy.
This is too.
No,
easy.
if you're a real booster,
This is too easy.
You would never. That's why I'm saying that's why it's unfair because
Yeah.
it's just desperate dumb
Yeah.
people. Because the guy that they should be trying to catch, the fucking Nicolas Cage, Gone in 60 Seconds, Vin Diesel, he would look at that and go, nah. This is a bait car.
Yeah, it's
and just keep walking, you know?
Yeah.
So you're catching like dumb kids or desperate people and shit. It's just I didn't like the show either. But anyway, so Babyface along with his gang gets into the shootout. They kill Robert Singleton, don't get away with the money. On September 3rd, he and other gang members went to an apartment intending to rob some drug dealers.
Specialty.
Yeah, that's a specialty. Robbing drug dealers. They're like Robin Hood.
Yep.
So they went there with the intention of doing that. But when they got to the apartment and they walked in, there weren't any drug dealers there. Instead, there were just two women who they proceeded to rape. When Babyface later spotted detectives who were walking with one of the rape victims, he opened fire on them in broad daylight and then escaped in a car.
Jesus.
So again, even he did something terrible. He's already been doing things terrible, but they're trying to solve a rape, but that incriminate. That's him. He doesn't want to go to prison because if they catch me for this, then they're gonna catch me for the murder.
Yeah.
So he shot his gun at a victim of his assault and police, and then like ducked away into a car. So again, more bolstering of I'm invincible. I can do what I want. Yeah. He just kept his ego and his belief in himself as a stick-up man or a criminal. It kept growing every time these incidents would happen, and he would get away. So investigators also believe he killed 22-year-old Javier Avila on March 29th of 1992, 27-year-old Omar D on August 24th of 1992. So this is we're way past revenge and your brother, and these are just like gang violence. This is robberies. This is he just is on a spree. They believe he killed 21-year-old Fitzroy Reed on January 6th of 1993, and the chief of police at one time said that some of the killings were rooted in revenge and disputes within the gang, and that others arose from drug disputes. So it's still revenge, but now it's revenge because this gang got your gang. It doesn't have it long way from his brother.
Right.
Now, this is not funny, but again, it's going to be a lot of visuals in this that make me laugh, and this was one of them. Babyface, whether intentional or not, added to his moniker of Babyface by doing childish things within his horrible chaos and murder. For example, he committed a double murder on May 1st of 1993. 18-year-old Ryan Cambridge and 20-year-old Dodson Sparman. So the two gentlemen were hanging out on the corner of St. Paul's Court and Ocean Avenue in Flatbush when two boys on a pedal bike came up into their view. There was a boy sitting on the front of the handlebars while the other steered. And this is a scenario that I don't know if we've all been in, but like I think that this scenario it makes me laugh, but as an adult, I realize how steeped in homophobia a lot of that stuff was, because it's the most inconvenient way to transport somebody on a bike. But I've definitely been on some handlebars.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think the reason I've been on some handlebars is because, hey man, you're not going to be sitting on my seat and I'm gripping on my waist while we ride the bike.
Yeah, your ass is all in my face.
Exactly, right? Yeah. So, but like that's the best way. I mean, you're throwing the weight off of the bike, of the handlebars, sitting on the handlebar.
Everybody wasn't rich enough to have pegs.
Pegs were really that's what you wanted. Yeah. But if you don't have pegs and we got to get to the store, either, hey man, sit on the seat, I don't care. No. Or sit on the handlebars.
Pegs was. Pegs was.
Go ahead. Pegs with what?
A status symbol.
Oh, for sure. If you can just be like, I'll run you to the store.
Yeah.
Oh, don't let it be. If you really, I knew a kid that was so brolic at like 9. He had pegs on the front and the back, and he would ride it would be 3 people on the bike.
Yeah.
He was a different dude.
Yeah.
That dude's quads today as an adult, probably crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, so these two gentlemen on this corner see 2 kids riding a bike with one kid sitting on the handlebars. But it turns out these weren't just simply 2 kids who were sexually confused and didn't want to touch each other, so one of them sat on the handlebars. The young boy riding on the handlebars was in fact Babyface. He drew 2 guns and committed a bicycle drive-by.
That's crazy.
Insane.
It's wild.
And again, I'm sure he wasn't like, they're going to think I'm 12 years old riding on this bike. But they might have thought that. Yeah. I'm sure he didn't. We're making the jokes about him dressing and, dressing like a kid from a Nickelodeon show.
So was he leaning into this, or this was just like, let's just do it. We don't have a car, or?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he was leaning into it. I don't think he was like, hey, man, don't get a car, get a bike.
Get a tricycle.
Get a Huffy bike.
Let's both get tricycles. And let's
get a tricycle with a squawk, a little horn on it. And
like, what is it, Saw? Like, why you... Why do
and then so I'm picturing the two guys being like, "Oh, look, those two kids probably going to go get an Italian ice together." And he's just like, "Nope," pulls out two guns, and it's a hit.
Yeah,
so it catches you off guard. But I don't think that was the case. I just think they didn't have money to get a car. But it adds to the lore.
Fling, fling.
Yeah, so
they go like the corner.
Man, and the two of the guys are like, "Man, I love kids. I hope I have kids someday." And I see my kid riding a bike.
But
with
I mean,
friend.
like after they didn't like.
Sprayed the bike. No, that's as the drive. Yeah. That's what they do when they drive away. They drive away from the scene. Spring,
hit the corner.
Mayhem. Because he pulled two guns. While sitting on the handlebars of his friend's bike.
Got great. He must have great core muscle.
That's what I'm saying. Like he stayed on the bike while the bike was being rode. Yeah. He killed these two gentlemen, wounded two others.
Yeah.
So he shot 4 people.
Wow.
From the bike of
feet all out in front of you. Like,
no, that's insane. No, you're right. His core is crazy because the legs are dangling.
Yeah, man.
And now you don't have the hands to also hold the handlebars yourself.
No,
that's crazy.
You got the recoil of guns.
That's what I'm saying. Pulling two guns is nuts. Going to Kimbo on the front of the handlebars is insane. But that's all this dude, black magic and all this shit he's been. Invincible. That's how he feels. He's just taking it to next levels.
Because he's like, I'm on a bike. Nobody can see me.
No. So it's like it just looks like one guy on a bike.
Yeah, and like bullets flying at him.
I'm sure that added to his legend as well. When the word got around that day, like, yeah, Babyface, man, nobody knows really who he is.
Yeah,
he did a bike drive by, like when the word's getting around Brooklyn.
Yeah.
It probably his
reputation.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like he had 2 guns and was shooting 2 guns in the middle of the day.
Yeah, don't fuck with him.
No, this guy is not to be played with. So he's now like reaching peak folklore, chupacabra, Bigfoot. Like he's a myth, larger than life. After multiple events like this, the NYPD made Richard James White a top priority. They sent out info packets to gang units across all the kind of tri-state and other states that he was known to go lie low in, such as Boston, Baltimore, Philadelphia, Rochester, New York, which is upstate, Toronto, and Washington, D.C. So they're like, listen, there's a man, don't be fooled.
Yeah.
He's a man, but he looks like a little boy. He's incredibly dangerous. Approach him with caution. There are many kids, I'm sure, in the 90s who might have got hemmed up by that once they put out, we got to bring this guy in.
Yeah.
He's too dangerous. So by this point, like me and Fran have stated, his reputation as one of the most dangerous men in Brooklyn had been solidified. There were even some people who fled from elementary and middle school boys because they only knew that this man was dangerous and had the face of a baby. So if you're in New York, Flatbush in particular, and you see a boy you think is a boy, you might go the other way because you only know there's this dude out here. He's got no facial hair. He's little. And
with a very short temper.
With a short temper. Yeah. And he will pull the gun out at any kind of argument and kill you. So if I see anybody, I'm not taking any chances. I'm crossing the street.
Yeah.
You could be a little boy. I could also walk past you, bump shoulders with you, thinking you're a little boy by accident, just bump into you, and now I'm shot.
Yep.
So people were kind of, like you said, there's no social media. Nobody really knows what he looks like. They just know he looks like a little boy, according to people.
Do you think he had a hot temper because he was like, oh, this person can see me, so this person's a threat?
Oh, no, that's going deep. No, I think he just was. I think he just was a hot-headed criminal who was very confident that nobody can fuck with him.
I'm not taking it out of the realm of possibility.
That he's like
nuts.
That he's like, oh, you saw me?
See me?
Then you must have something. Yeah, you must have something that my power's not working on you. That's crazy.
Is it?
That's crazy. That's
is
nuts.
It?
Yeah, he's like,
fam?
Yeah, he's like, excuse me, sir. Do you have $1? He's like, you can see me?
Start growling.
Yes. No, you gotta go. Nobody can see me. No, that's crazy. It wasn't until April 28th of 1994 that Babyface's luck ran out. The fugitive was in DeKalb County, Georgia, driving to a shopping mall in a Honda with a friend in the passenger seat when he got into an accident with Georgia resident Anthony Macklin and his fiance. An argument ensued over damages, and Babyface attempted to de-escalate the situation by offering to give Anthony Macklin money for the damages without involving the police. I mentioned last week that I had gotten into a little love tap on the highway. I was in a situation like this, and I read the guy, and I'm not saying I have the best reader, but I don't have the best reader. Actually, I'm wrong. And I didn't feel like, man, if I turn up on this dude, I'd be in danger. Yeah. But you never know. Yeah. You know, he's in the wrong. So I'm mad. You fucking dented my bumper. Let's get insurance out. And he's going, no, man, no. This is exactly what happened. No, I'll offer you some money. It's like, well, do you have $1,200? I mean, like, I'm by no means a scammer. But when you have a shitty car and you go through insurance and you get a little love tap on your car, the deductible or whatever the insurance company, when they go to the inspection and shit, the amount of money they offer you for something that you go, I don't even give a shit about this car. Like, well, this is $1,700 to fix this bumper. Here's the check. You go get it fixed at some place. It'll be about this. It's like,
maybe.
You just gave me $1,700. I'm not fixing anything, right? So, but my point is, if you're in a little fender bender, but you are mad enough that you're like, I want the insurance to take care of this. Then if they're going, here's $50, like, they're gonna give me $1,000 for this. What do you mean? You need to give me at least like $800. So if he doesn't have that, I'm not trying to hear nothing about you not involving the police, because you're not offering any kind of money that I would go, all right, I guess I don't need to go through insurance.
Yeah. It's funny because after you told me that, my dad called me, was like, he sent me a picture like, hey, somebody hit my car. And he was like in a Burger King parking lot eating, and somebody backed into his car.
Oh, wow.
And he said what happened was, he got out, the passenger hopped out first and was like, here's my information. So off the jump, he was like, okay, well, because he said it was a new truck. Yeah. Whoever was in the driver's seat wasn't supposed to be driving. Right. So he was like, I can give you my information, but like, I own a car shop. Why don't you just bring it down to the shop and I'll
take care of it.
We can fix
that.
It.
I can deal with.
Yeah.
I can deal with that. Unless I don't give a shit about I want the money.
I said,
I want the money.
Ain't that, it's not. I was like, you gonna get it fixed? He's like, yeah, we're gonna fix it. I was like, I don't know, man. Yeah, no. It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
But it is bad enough that they would cut you a check. I'm like, listen. It's a dog-eat-dog world out here. It's a recession. Yeah. I understand people going, well, hey man, listen, if you go through my insurance is gonna go up. It's like,
that's your personal problem.
That's your problem. How about you don't back into people while they're eating Burger King?
You have a new truck. You don't have a backup camera. Like, what is going on here?
I'm sitting here trying to enjoy my long chicken sub from Burger King, and you back into me? No, I need your insurance information right now.
It's like, okay, you gonna fix it for free or something like that? Or
that should be without question.
But I mean, like, but
I want the $1,200.
Yeah.
For the dented bumper.
Yeah.
And then I want it to be at my discretion. I might not want the bumper. I don't care about the bumper.
Right. I just got bills.
You got bills, I got bills. Now I'm gonna get your insurance company to give me $1,200 and pay my bill.
Because this is a come up to me.
Yeah.
So I don't mean to say it.
I've thought about running this car off a cliff so many times and trying to get the insurance money. So now you've come and just given me I can take a little bit of money out in the way that I don't have to risk going to jail for fraud. So this isn't even fraudulent. I'm just gonna use your insurance to get some money. I thought about putting a brick on this gas pedal so many times and running this off a cliff and say somebody stole it.
Yeah, man. Plenty of times. I wanted to hire somebody. Say, come on.
Hey, man, steal this, burn it, take it, light it on fire.
I'll break off a little piece. Fraud.
Yeah, you going to prison. It's like, so you hit me on the Burger King while I'm enjoying my Whopper Jr. and you think I'm not going to get your insurance information?
Yeah.
No, you're wrong. And I'm going to physical therapy. That's conversation for them. No.
You know that process too well, man.
No, what? No, I'm just assuming that it goes that way. I don't really know anything about it. So they're in the middle of this parking lot. They're, kind of haggling, getting into getting loud at times. His wife went to go try to walk off to go call the police, and a Babyface called her back. So the tensions are rising. Yeah. Because he's trying to, hey man, let's not get police involved. But they're like, no, we want to get the police involved. Yeah. And tensions are rising, and Anthony Macklin's fiance, because again, now they were coming from like a restaurant by the mall, and at this point now it's like, we've been out here for like 30 minutes, man. I don't want to talk to you anymore. You hit me. Like, why are we, either you produce $1,000 or I'm calling the police, I'm getting an accident report. I don't want to be, why are we still here?
So, I mean, what are you doing? Because the thing about it is, maybe, but you can't tell by looking at somebody like,
you don't know.
This seems kind of off. Like, this dude don't. It's like,
no, I would, for me, but we also ingest a lot of true crime.
Yeah.
if I'm just some dude enjoying a day with my girl and somebody hits my car and he's really adamant about the police not being called, I'm going to pick up on that.
Yeah.
And no, this guy doesn't want the police involved because he's got some shit in the car or something like that. So then you go, how bad is the damage?
Yeah.
We just go, hey man, you know what?
Don't even worry about it.
Don't even worry about it. Or give me whatever $200, whatever you're trying to. Because listen, I don't need to be the most badass dude in the room.
Oh, for sure.
If you're telling me you got your homeboy with you, because it's me and my girl.
Yeah.
Me and my girl, she's not going to take your homeboy on.
Yeah.
So,
Also convenience, just by the way.
What do you mean?
If this is becoming if this
Fuck
becoming
it.
a thing,
Fuck it.
don't even worry.
Fuck it, man.
I don't got time for this,
Fuck
man.
it.
If it's not something easy, if you can't we do it in 5-10 minutes.
Insurance, information. That's also me too. That's like when I got in the fender bender. As soon as I knew the dude was like, I don't have it. I'm like, my trunk is not like dented into my back seat. Like it's a little scratch. Fuck it, man. I'm not gonna call the police and get an accident report and just fuck it, man. Have a nice day. And when you add into that the potential of violence, yeah, fuck it. Fuck it, man. Hey, man, you know what? Yeah. Have a nice, you get home safe and whatever, man.
Please
worry
don't call the
about it.
police. I go, you know what?
Yeah.
Don't even worry.
And don't let them be not saying please and be a little agitated. Like, I go, babe, let's go call, hey, man, miss, can you come back over here? Don't do that. It's like, oh, well, they really don't want the police called.
Yeah.
So, hey, man, you know what? We're all healthy. I start saying shit like, I'll de-escalate the situation real quick. Hey, nobody's hurt. Are you hurt? Right, exactly. His friend, his friend is like in the car halfway. He's got a gun in his hand. Like, friend, are you okay too? Everybody's healthy. Hey, you know what? Everybody's healthy. Let's just go have a nice day. Be safe. It's nice, sunny, whatever. So, but this guy, Anthony Macklin, wasn't doing that. And he has every right to that because somebody hit his car. So I can't tell him how to feel. Exactly. I'm just saying sometimes you don't know. A lot of times you don't know, especially this guy's 5'5". Yeah. He looks like a baby. You don't think you're looking at evil.
Yeah, man.
You're just like, I'm mad. He hit my car and he's telling me not to do the thing that will get this resolved for me.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah, especially if you turn up a little bit.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, you hit my car. And it's like, this
dude is a shark.
This is the wrong.
This is a little baby shark.
Yeah. It's the wrong.
This is not the right guy. So almost like
even if you're in front of your girl turning up, it's just, man. They can go. Yeah. Well, they did. So.
I don't need to be the toughest guy in the room. I'll make that clear immediately. Yeah. I'm just like, hey, man. Because sometimes, you're like, you don't want your girl to think you're a bitch. Ego.
Yep.
You don't want your girl to think you're a bitch. So you're not just going to let him hit your car and not give you all the money in his pocket.
Yeah.
I want all the money in your pocket. You're like, yo, you're talking to, you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
You have no idea that this man just went 2 guns akimbo on a bicycle. And you're yelling at him in the parking lot at the Peachtree Mall or whatever? Yeah. No.
And like Mr. James, Babyface was like, I'll give you.
Yeah, you almost got to commend him because you know what he's capable of. He's like, first of all, you can see him.
Yeah.
So he's already kind of swallowing that.
Yeah.
That is like, it's like, I shouldn't even be, he should think a ghost hit a car or like nobody was driving the car and it hit him. So already you can see me. So I'm already mad about that. But breathe. Hey, man, listen, I'm going to give you some money and don't call the police. And you're like, I want all the money. You're like, his finger starts itching because this guy's nuts.
Yeah.
He's like, I know how to solve this. Yeah. I could solve this.
I could have did this already, but I'm not trying to.
It's broad daylight. I'm hot right now. Like it's a little.
Broad daylight doesn't matter.
That's true. So there was some reason he's like, I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. I don't know what it was. I'm in Georgia. I'm on vacation. Something had him go.
I think he knew he was in the wrong. I think he went like.
Yeah, he knows. That might. Yeah, man. You know what? That's that logic. That criminal logic. It was like, man, I did hit his car.
Yeah,
I'm wrong. So let me let me not immediately murder him. Hey, man, listen. How about y'all don't call the police? Fuck that! You hit my car. I want your shit. Okay. Listen, man. I got $200. $200. This is an accurate legend. A bumper on this car is $2,500 at least. I don't have. Okay, well, I don't have $2,500. So how about? Ma'am, can you come back to the car? Don't go call the police.
Yeah.
He's doing all that shit. And then it got to a point where it's like, fuck this.
Yeah. He left to try to get some more money.
Right.
Whatever the guy was like, fuck that. This ain't
get some more.
All right, man.
Maybe try to go commit a crime. Logic of a criminal. He's like,
gunshots down
the street. I'll be right back. Stay here. My friend's going to stay here. So I'm coming back. Fa. He comes back. That's crazy. But he's like, again, it's like, I was wrong. I got to go make this. He needs restitution. I hit his car.
Yeah.
Let me go kill a person, take their money.
That's crazy,
This
man.
is a crazy person, right? So that's nuts. He's like, come on, man, what y'all doing? You're there still mad. Like, so you and your friend just going around hitting people? Damn, what the hell was that? And I'm just saying, man, well, I hope he comes back soon because, we got somewhere to be.
Running gas, sweating and shit. It's like, man.
Comes back with a bag of money with the dollar sign on it and like, here, man, it's all like I hope we're even. Well, you know what? We're not even, man. I'm going to call the police. And that was Anthony Macklin's mistake was he couldn't see that it was time to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, man.
Unfortunately, his wife, one more time, I think she went to walk away, or while she went to walk away one more time, her back was still turned. She heard multiple gunshots. Yep. Anthony Macklin was shot multiple times in the chest. He died on the scene.
Wow.
Yeah. So, it escalated. It escalated quickly. And you don't know.
You don't know.
That's what I always tell people, hey, man, listen, all that following people home, flipping people off, honking the horn, you don't know what's in somebody's car. You don't know who it is in the car.
Yep. Just let it go. Just don't even, because the thing that scares me is like, you don't know what people are capable of. And it's like, just let it go. Again,
fuck
ego gets involved.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For men.
Yeah, especially.
So what, man? Just
off.
go.
Oh,
just
well.
fuck it. No, it's not worth it at all.
It's not worth it. You always got to think of the worst case scenario.
Yep.
And if the worst case scenario is we're going back and forth in front of each other, all this type of shit, and then he just pulls over and pulls a gun out.
Yeah.
Seen videos of that. People were just shooting the gun
in the
while
car
driving. No, that was crazy. He shot the gun through the windshield. I said, no, this is a different type of guy. It's some different people out there.
Really, man.
You're not even rolling the window down. You're shooting the bullets through your own window. What? It's glass coming back in his face and shit. I said, no, it's crazy people.
Don't give a shit, man.
Don't give a shit.
Just in the car. That's crazy. Man.
Cut me off. It's like fucking, what the fuck? And you sit in the passenger seat like, man, what the hell? There's glass in your eye and stuff. Come on, man. That's crazy. So
gunshot noise is hilarious.
It's such an aggressive gun. That's my favorite type of gun. It's the craziest shit. No, him being down the street trying to get the money to get the restitution for the bumper, and it's like kind of in the distance a little bit is the funniest shit in the world. And he's like, what the hell was that? Is it firecrackers? Kids always lighting firecrackers. I'm just saying, man, you let this be a lesson to y'all. When your friend comes back, don't be going around just hitting people.
That's crazy. Oh shit.
So, yeah, they shot Anthony Macklin at the scene, and they fled in the blue Honda that they were driving in. The blue Honda had Pennsylvania license plates, so this guy is real familiar with just put these plates on it, man. He can get a car in another state. Like he just put different. He's a ghost. He got really good at it. So he was driving around in a Honda with Pennsylvania license plates. He and his passenger abandoned the car a few miles away from where the murder took place and tried to escape on foot. After a chase, Babyface gave himself up to the police, who recovered 2 handguns and a switchblade knife on his person. Brown eluded police by removing his shirt and cap and posing as a resident on an apartment balcony at an apartment complex nearby where they jumped out of the car.
What?
Yeah. He was arrested the following day when the fiance identified him in a photo shot because he was picked up because he had an identifying scar on his abdomen. And she picked him out of a photo lineup. He went back to the apartment complex. Like he's probably still laying low there. Yeah. And they picked him up, and he was confirmed to be Devon Brown, aka Ricky Ticky, who was also from Brooklyn. Devon Brown and Richard James White were tried together for the murder of Anthony Macklin. So the evidence viewed leaned towards a verdict that they were guilty. And both Brown and James White were involved in a minor car collision with Macklin and his fiance in the parking lot of a mall. So they had eyewitnesses and all this stuff. And, so there was no real argument to be made. However, Brown did argue the evidence was insufficient to prove that he committed the murder, arguing only that it did not establish his guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. That's all he had. At trial, he urged that the evidence did not sufficiently identify him as one of the shooters, but an eyewitness at the scene identified him. This, along with the remainder of the state's evidence, led the jury to find him guilty of malice murder beyond a reasonable doubt. The eyewitness testimony, together with the ballistics evidence connecting the handgun James White was carrying to the murder, led the jury to find him guilty of malice murder beyond a reasonable doubt. So they both were found guilty of this. They were sentenced to life in prison. And while there are tons of headlines that say man suspected in 6 murders in New York, convicted of murder in Georgia, I couldn't find any information about him being extradited back to New York to face those charges. I don't know if because he got life, that they just kind of went, he's arrested and whatever, or maybe that he was extradited and faced those charges, but I was not able to find any kind of information that said
I would be
he was convicted.
Yeah, I would be surprised if he did.
Because a lot of it was speculation. There wasn't a lot of evidence.
True.
Even in the initial murder of Kevin Smith, the man that was suspected to be involved in the killing of his brother, they didn't have sufficient evidence. He was able to bond out and then jump bail. So they weren't able to even keep him on those charges. So there's nothing really that they could say for sure that he did in New York. This one, he was caught red-handed.
So what do you think, like gang violence in the 90s? Do you think it was easier to get away with, or?
It's a combination of all those things. But one thing I also found interesting is I watched a couple of videos on this, like news reports and stuff from the time. And so many of the news articles blamed the proliferation of guns. When it was seen as a black problem, there was no community solutions to be given. It was just like, there's all these guns. It was the thing that made the most sense. All of a sudden there's more violence. It must be because there's more guns. It seems pretty logical, or at least it seemed logical then. Now today, that's not logical. It's mental health. It's whatever, the collapse of the family, all these things other than there's too many guns, too many people have access to guns, and so there's more opportunities for violence. Yeah. Now that's dumb to say now to some people. Some people that's always the case. But it was just interesting to see like the 5 o'clock news. The reason is like violence is up today, and it seems like the reason is there's just way more guns around now. We're finding guns in sewer grates. Just the streets are just littered with guns. Yeah. So that means it's easier to get a gun. And sometimes a lot of times people are dumb as shit. You have an emotional reaction, and if you have a gun on you, you have a higher chance of pulling your gun out and shooting somebody. That is why I'm not an advocate of this whole, well, if everybody had guns, be less violence. No. It'd be arguments at the grocery store. Or people.
Now it's just who can pull their gun out fast.
Exactly. And then if everybody has guns, if it looks like you even are reaching for your gun, I'm going to think you have your gun and backing out on me, and so I got to get my gun out and shoot you. Yep. But you might have just been pulling your pants up, or people aren't able to, there aren't enough people with sense to differentiate a threat and an argument and my life is in danger and all this stuff to be given a weapon that could take somebody's life in a split second. Yeah. So would I say that what the problem was then? I don't really know, but I mean, I'm sure the problem was this was the early stages of, drugs infesting communities. And when drugs come, money comes. And when money comes, guns come. Yeah. And so I blame it on that. Yeah. But that was the story of Richard Babyface James White. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Me and Fran, our collab, that was fun. I really enjoyed it. It was a good flow. I really, I think that this is going to be much more fun and streamlined for us to do. That was great. Before we get out of here, Fran, what are you thankful for this week?
I wanted to say, man, I don't know if it's because if anybody can, kind of attest to this. I don't know if it's because you get older, but like I'm getting more of these like emotional feelings of just like trying to appreciate like stuff where it's like you don't want to
the little things
because like we get time goes by so fast, lives move fast, and like stuff happens throughout your life. You kind of like forget about certain things or just like reminiscing about certain things. And like the game was on the other day, and I was like, man, we had we texting back and forth watching the game, and I kind of appreciate our friendship and what has been, we've been friends for, since we were kids. So it's like we us talking while the game is on, being excited. I just really appreciate that. And it was a moment I had where it was like, that's what I'm thankful for is our friendship, and just to have, I can come and talk to you about anything. Same for me. It's like, but we was talking while the game was on.
That was good. It was fun. It was a good game too.
Yeah.
I can't top that. Yeah. I agree. I concur with your statement. I agree. I'm very thankful for your friendship, and very thankful for the time that it has been, and then being able to have something like that. We're watching the game, and then remember another time that was like a fun time, that a crazy sports moment happened, and we were out, and it happened live in the moment and all that stuff. So I concur. I'm not, I can't even top that, man. That was fantastic. This has been another episode of Affirmative Murder. I've been Alvin Williams, joined as always by my partner in true crime, Francel Evans, and we'll see you guys next week.
Deuces.
You purr at me and I feel complete. Then you come at me like the Wolverine. And even though you often turn your back on me, our love goes deeper than a submarine. No, I don't want clay dust inside of you, or chemicals in the place you poo. In my arms or in your box, our love will be pure.
World's best cat litter for the world's best cat.